Hello everyone and welcome to my van kitchen build. Now this video is going to be a bit of a mishmash because I firstly lost my hard drive, so then I had to re-record this bit and explain how I framed the kitchen, and then I lost the SD card which had that footage on. So disaster after disaster after another disaster. I am finally re-recording this, going straight on my laptop after I've recorded it, and fingers crossed it all gets uploaded and edited, and hopefully you guys keep watching and stay interested over the bit of patchy footage. I am very sorry about that, but like I said, I've had a few disasters and I was debating whether to just forget about it and just start from whatever I have next from tomorrow, but actually I'm going to re-record these bits and I hope you can understand what I'm saying. So very basic kitchen framing, as it's just really basic. What I did for the back, I measured the back area, which being in a van wasn't quite the same as the front. I think it was a little bit wider at the front. So I measured it, created two lengths that went all the way across, top and bottom, and then two uprights that went underneath and on top of, which created a nice frame. And then I put that in. I would have liked to build it how I did the overhead cabinets as an independent unit, which I then screw up, but my friend was here and kind of rushed me along a bit and I didn't get to do it the way I wanted to. But in the next van build I sure will. I will be creating a frame that will slot into a space in the van, because that is the more professional way to do it. If anything went wrong, if you wanted to change anything, it's easier to take the unit out, because this has been built in there. For the front frame, obviously I had this cooker that the beam could not go all the way across, so I made way for that when I was building it before I actually got the cooker. And this basically I measured in between there, and then the bottom one goes all the way across of the kitchen and all the way across the floor. And then again you've got an upright up here and you've got an upright here, as you can see. And then on the other side, if I just show you here, you've got a little extension bit here, and the reason for that is that I didn't want the kitchen top here, because there might be a tile here and stuff, to be absolutely ridiculously small and it was like unwipeable or whatnot. So what I did is I put two bits of 18 by 44 next to each other, which kind of just padded the cooker out from the wall a bit. Again, also so the cooker isn't so close to the wall and isn't likely for the wall to catch fire. So yeah, very simple. And then also what's involved is a length going from front to back here, a length going from front to back here. There is also a length going from front to back here, and then also here, and that basically keeps the whole frame all nice and square and stops like the front obviously just falling off. And so far it's been great, it works well, it's being very strong. Now this door I do have footage of, so you will be seeing that in a sec, and so same with the drawers. I have some footage but I'm about to record some more, so it'll go back and forth from this frame a little bit. Here all I did, it was very simple. I added in a batten, again the same as this. Surprisingly this frame is very square. This, the measurement from here to here and here to here at the bottom as well, was the same. I was so surprised when I found that out. What I'm going to be using is this John Guest push fit. It's 12mm pipe, which I don't know why I picked 12. I should have picked at least 15, if not 22mm, because this is to let out my wastewater. So I need to empty it actually for a start. But I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom of the tank, and then this fitting is going to go in, and I'm going to have to use this piece of pipe on it. That's why I've attached it already, because also this is going to have to go inside the water butt, and then this is going to have to thread up against it, and then you're going to have the thread sticking out, because then you can hold on to this or grip that and tighten this. Whereas if it were the other way around and this were on the outside of the tank, there's no way of getting a spanner inside, because it's not like a normal water tank. It's like a normal water butt, so you can't get your hand in. This pipe that I just showed you is going to come out the water butt there, in that far corner. Then it's going to turn right, which I have measured. There is just enough room to put that there. And then there's going to be an inline tap, which that's open, so it will primarily be closed like that. And then whenever you want to open it, you just slide that and you can let the water out. And then there's going to be another one which is going to be going down, and then a bit of pipe connected to there, and it will go out to the floor, so it means drilling a hole in the floor. But first is to take this water butt and empty it, and work out the lowest I can get it, the hole, but still on a flat surface. And then I'm going to need some Sikaflex, seal it all. You know the mounting points you get in vans that you take out off the floor? I kept some of them, and I've attached one in the corner where the wastewater's going, and eventually I'll put like a ratchet strap around it just to keep it in place. It doesn't move anyway. We've taken the van out for a few spins and it stays in place. But I have now attached the waste, the bulkhead connector. If I just show you down here, and then that, I just don't want it to pass where the other water bot has to come out because it would get in the way. So I'm going to have to do these all rather close together, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work out where this one wants to be, which is about here. Yeah. I've put some Sikaflex around there, as you can see. Not the neatest job, but if you try and smooth it round, you're just going to make a mess of it. I've done it before, it's not worth it. And then put the push fit on there. That's going to go right through the floor there. Now I have a 13mm spade bit, and the smallest hole saw I have is 19mm, and you can't use a spade bit in the floor, in metal. So I'm going to have to drill down through the wood using the 13mm spade bit, and then the point should go through the metal, and then I should be able to go underneath, or I might do a 4mm pilot hole first, see where it comes out. And then I'm going to have to find that hole underneath and drill up with this 19mm hole saw bit. That is how you got to drill, apparently. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Right, I'm going to leave the drill there because it's easier to spot a hole, because I've tried before with the diesel heater. It's impossible if you just poke a tiny hole and try and look. At least now I'm looking for a gold drill bit sticking out. So let's hold that off for a minute. And I'm going to try and get my pump to work, which, if you remember from earlier, it's not the easiest solution. So, here you go, everyone. Basically, very simple. I have filled it up to there. You can see that. And there's no leaks. There was a leak, but then I realised that's because I only did it hand tight. So then I had to really do it tight, and it squished all the silicone out. Yada yada yada. And well, actually, first of all, when I finish the camera, which I will have put that in as a bit of a funny but kind of not funny time moment. This waste pipe up here, because I took the water butt out, this is very short, so I did this, I moved it out, and I put it up here. So then when I was like, right, I'm ready to give it a test, and I ran the tap, and I was waiting for it to come through, then it came bursting out of here and completely flooded this area. But because the water butts create condensation, it was getting like mouldy beneath here, and when you fill the fresh water up, it gets a bit wet sometimes. Yeah, and it was getting mouldy on the floor, so I put down this lino and completely sealed it. So it wasn't the end of the world. I just went around with a sponge and absorbed it all. I mean, this is still a bit wet, but it'll dry out because it's lino. But yeah, I haven't tested opening the valve yet. I've cut the pipe at the end. Here's the excess pipe. There's quite a bit, like I said. So moment of truth. So everyone, it's most definitely exiting, as I can now see it's actually lower than it was before. Definitely should have picked 22mm pipe, definitely. Why I went with the smallest pipe you can possibly get, I do not know. But now I've put this little hose at the back and it's sealed in, and that basically, rather than just putting a hole and when the water sloshes about it could overflow. So by putting it up there, it can't possibly overflow. I mean, technically, if you filled it high enough, you could technically overflow it. But you know, just keep your eye on it, and as long as when you empty it, when it's like there, then you won't ever get to up here. So, hello everyone, teleported again. The wastewater all works now, but now it is the door for that cupboard to cover all that up, and it should act as some insulation to stop the warm air when you put the heater on travelling into there and touching the water butts and therefore condensating them. And that's why I put that lino down. But yeah, so these are the bits of wood. I need this many plus this one. And on these doors, I'm going to be doing the same as I did on the overhead cabinets, which you can go check the video out. This one is only going to have one screw in each, which seems a bit daft, but then there's going to be this piece of wood going diagonally across the door with one screw in. So each piece of wood is going to have 3 screws in total. And if, for whatever sake, it does start to jiggle about, or maybe I put it all together and it still jiggles a bit, what I'll do in the top pieces of these ones, I'll put 2 screws on all the edges, so each 4 corners got 2 screws in each piece of wood, and that should hold them square, so then the middle one shouldn't move. So here everyone, very basic. I've just laid them up. The front side that I want to show facing downwards obviously, and then I put this on here and cut another one up there, leaving enough room of course for the frame so these don't touch. And then I am going to put this diagonal here, and you just countersink, and then put a load of screws in it. So I'm not going to film that because that's pretty boring and it would just make this video even longer. So here we are everyone, this is what I'm doing. I'm basically recessing each of the hinges, and I did it for the overhead cabinets too, in so the hinges fit, and therefore it's all totally flush. And it works really well actually, you'd be surprised. And I put 2 like 25mm screws in there, they do stick out the back, and then 2, I think it's like 15mm screws into the door itself. I just had an absolute disaster, so I was like, well, you don't want to be leaning down to the bin, so I'll make it up high. And I was trying to think, there's nothing in the way, is there? Okay, I need to put it in. Yes, there's a big sink there. So now it's all sorted. I've just lowered it all. Had to create some adjustments in places, but yeah, all is good. The bin, yeah, I didn't show you the bin. Like I said, I was just going to screw these in, and when I said diagonally, I didn't mean it. Obviously, 1 in each, and it was sturdy without the diagonal. I'll put the diagonal in, and obviously it's very, very sturdy. And then it's also got this on, which is adding some structural support. Don't worry, I know it's got some graffiti on. It was my nice bit of wood till my brother sprayed on it, but I'm going to paint, I reckon, the bin white. But basically, just got to notch out the bottom one, and then I can hang the door. So here we are everyone. At first it was a bit wonky, so I just readjusted one of the hinges. What I did is I just put 1 screw in here first, which was a mistake because then I couldn't get to the bottom one, so that's still got 1 screw in. But this has got 3, this has got 2. I think I went to get another screw and never actually got it, because that one's got 3 down there. The bin all clears the thing now by a decent amount, as you can see. fair few centimetres, and I can still keep my milk down there until I get a fridge, because it clears that too. And then around here, little roller catch here, as you can see, and then the little thing kind of blended in with a piece of pallet wood. I was depending whether to put it down here or something, but I put it there, which has left me with a gap down here enough to stick my finger behind comfortably, which is a little bit annoying. I was going to film screwing these in like I filmed drilling them and cutting them, but I've never used it before. I got it for Christmas. This is currently the 30th of December, sorry. So yeah, that shows how behind these videos are. But I got them in. They slightly move is what I was learning. So these ones are stuck out, and then this one's slightly stuck in on this side, but this side's pretty perfect. That one's okay. None of them are exactly flush. They're all a bit meh. But the drawers, the faces of the drawers are going to sit over the top of it, which will, you know, cover any imperfections mostly. They're not going to be like your normal one, where they all butt up against each other and all your drawers and you can't see any of the frame. I want you to see the frame, because I'm going to paint it blue and it's all going to look nice. So, hello everyone. As you can see, the shed is filled with a massive chunk of ply. Here is the drawers. Basically I need 4 of these, which are the sides of the top 2. So the top 2 drawers and the bottom 2 drawers are the same. So, well, apart from the bottom one's slightly different because there's a piece of batten, so it's got to be slightly shorter. No, sorry, shorter, that length. But yeah, so I need 2 of them, 1 of them, 1 of them. And then that is what I need to actually cut for it too. What I've done is I'm just using a jigsaw with a bit of wood clamped to the thing and just as a guide and going along there. And it's like part treated ply, we just got given it, so you know. So, there we are. That's basically what it's going to be. I haven't checked it, but that should... I did take the 24 away, because 12 plus 12 is 24. So it should be the correct width. And then as simple as putting some pocket holes in there. I think I'm going to do 4 in each piece. Sorry guys, my camera's about to die, but look, as you can see, that's a bit of a burn mark. I will sand it eventually, but look, I'll put the treated side inside because if anything spills, it's all good. And yeah, pocket hold at the end, 4 in each side. You just saw me putting in these battens and then building the drawer units themselves, and it was very simple. And basically, I put this bit of OSB in, and this OSB butts right up against the water containers, because what I did when I decided the measurement of this cabinet here and also the drawers is basically I put the bit of OSB right up against the water butts, therefore not having to secure either of them in because they won't move side to side, possibly putting something at the front to stop it sliding forwards. And then I put this bit of batten in, making sure that the batten was flush to the OSB here, and then you could screw the drawer runners straight onto there without having another bit of batten, more weight, more wood, more screws, more faff basically. This side, however, was very different. Over on this side, as you can see, there is a batten, and that is because the cooker is here, and I didn't want to box the cooker in at all, really. I haven't put a box on either sides, because when the oven is running, the sides and back and stuff, the oven generally gets hot around it. So I was wanting to leave it as much space as possible. So what I've done is I've pocket holed some battens into the wall and into the frame of the kitchen. And I've done that for each drawer runner, and then each drawer runner gets mounted to that bit of batten, and that makes it very simple. And then simply screw the drawer runners onto there, which I found the best way was to put a little spacer on here first, put the drawer runner, well, put the drawer in. So if you would put the drawer in there and kind of space it out, pull it out a little bit so you can see one of the holes, put like a ruler I did under there, just something to space it out, maybe 2mm or something, and then mark out where that hole is and both sides, and then screw in there, and then do again the spacer and screw a back screw in, and then you can take it out and screw the very back screw in. Never installed drawer runners before, but that is the way I found the best way. So hello everyone, I'm recording on my phone, so sorry if the audio and quality isn't such as great, but basically I'm just editing this video, and I've realised it's like 25 minutes long almost already, and it's a bit long, and I've still got a lot to do on the kitchen. So this is going to be part 1, and part 2 will be coming next week on next Saturday. So in that video I'll be putting the fascias onto the drawers, varnishing and painting the frame and the doors and stuff. So yeah, basically lots of finishing touches, and I reckon that will give a good 10-15 minute video as well. So that's gonna be it for this video, and if you did like it, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment down below because I love to talk to you all, and hit that subscribe button because it doesn't cost you anything, and I've noticed 80% of you are not subscribed, so I really appreciate it. And if we get to 500 very soon, maybe we are by the time this video comes out, but anyway, I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I'll see you in part 2.